see where it says live transcript, you may have to drag out your Zoom a little wider, and then it'll appear the live transcript button once I enable that. Okay. So we receive the messages from a couple folks on the chat of grief, of loss of life. And so let's dedicate tonight's learning and practice to healing on all levels for the tremendous loss that we're experiencing in the world, and for the loss of any individuals who are going through grief at this time. I want to explore with you Parshat Beha'alotkha, and those of you who have been with me before will notice something a little bit different. I got a message that when I put the text on the screen and I scroll, that it's kind of makes you dizzy. And so I finally, in the last 15 minutes right before this session, I figured out how to not make it do that. So we'll see if it works. Aha, there it worked. One screen to another. If you haven't said your Torah blessing today, you're welcome to say it along with me, or just give me an amen at the end. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kedishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah.
Amen.
Amen. There we go. Okay, for some folks, this is your second time looking at this verse this week, but we're going to look at it from a little bit of a different perspective. So this is the beginning of the Parsha for this week, Parshat Beha'alotkha, which means when you kindle. It says, Daber el Aharon v'marta alav. Speak to Aaron and say to him, Beha'alotkha et hanerot, when you kindle the lamps, el mul penei hamenorah, toward the face of the menorah, ya'iru shivat hanerot, shall you shine the 7 lamps. So, a little story about Rabbi Yitzchak Meir, the Hasidic Rebbe. When he was a little boy, his mother took him to see the Maggid of Koznetz. And while they were there, a man said to him, Little Yitzchak Meir, I'll give you a gulden if you can tell me where God lives. The boy replied, I'll give you 2 gulden if you can tell me where God doesn't live. I love this story. Such a wonderful story. So we tend to believe without really thinking about it. It's just the way we're conditioned partially, and it's also partially just a function of how our minds work psychologically, that we tend to look outside the present moment for whatever it is we're looking for. So if we're thinking about God, we believe that God is something other than this. I capitalize this to mean this right now, in this moment, the fullness of this, not leaving anything out. This means ourselves. It means our awareness. It means the fullness of our experience. It means whatever's beyond our experience, whatever is right now. So we tend to think of God as something that is beyond that, something beyond our reach, or that there is no God. But this is an effect of our constant falling into thought, meaning that when we're identified with a thinking mind, which happens automatically when our mind is engaged in that constant stream of thinking, which tends to be the default, then we unconsciously tend to look outside of this moment. Our connection with this moment is dampened, it's lessened. We think that whatever it is that is our concern is somewhere else. It's a sense of not really arriving in the moment. But let's look at this verse, Beha'alotkha et hanerot, when you kindle the lamps. So the light is our awareness. That kindling of the lamp is our awareness. The menorah that we are shining the light toward is the body. It's our physical body into which we direct our awareness. thereby freeing consciousness from its ordinary preoccupation with thinking. Beha'alotkha et hanerot. This word, Beha'alotkha, it's translated usually as kindle, but literally it means raise up. It means to elevate. It's the name of the Parsha as well. Beha'alotkha comes from the root, which means raise up or elevate, probably because the flames point upward. So it's a euphemism to say to raise up the flames means to light the flames. But the hidden meaning here is that when we direct awareness downward into our bodies, the effect on our consciousness is upward transcendence or elevation. That's the paradox, is that we think of thoughts as being non-material, as raising us up out of the material realm, but it's actually just the opposite. When we engage in thinking, we tend to have a limited or solidified view of reality, and when we let go of thinking, the fluidity and potential of reality becomes much more apparent spontaneously. So when we do that, becoming aware of our physical bodies, we experience a freeing up from our ordinary involvement with thought, and experientially we can know ourselves as the vast and formless light of awareness itself, which has an elevating or transcendent quality. And from this transcendent spaciousness, we can rest in the realization, this is God, this, the totality of this. God is not elsewhere, God is not something other than this, and we are not separate from that. We can let go of the thinking of the this and the that, and let go of ourselves as being separate from the fullness of this moment, so that there is just reality, there's just being, there's just this moment, and draw on the life-giving, healing waters of that state of unity. So this chant comes from the end of the hymn, Adon Olam, Beyado afkid ruchi be'et ishan ve'a'ira. Into the hand of the divine I entrust my spirit. At the time of sleep, and I awaken. Even these words here are so pregnant with meaning. You know, on the surface level, it just means, yeah, when I go to sleep, I have faith I'll wake up in the morning, or from my nap in the middle of the day, whatever it is. But on the deeper level, the time of sleep is like the resting of the mind, the resting of the thinking mind, and the dwelling and resting of consciousness in the body. And through doing that, paradoxically, is the doorway to awakening to the truth of what we are. V'im ruchi geviati, and this is the whole thing. My spirit, with my spirit is my body, meaning consciousness is dwelling in the body. The divine is with me. Velo ira, there is nothing more to fear. There's nothing to lose or gain, because there is just the divine, there is just Hashem. So that's the invitation to dwell in this kind of realization, this kind of perception. As we chant the words, you don't even have to think about the meanings too much, but letting your awareness dwell in your body, feeling the vibrations of the words in your body as we sing together. Beyado afkid ruchi be'et ishan ve'a'ira ve'im ruchi gevi'ati Hashem li velo ira biyado Afkid ruchi be'et ishan ve'ahira v'im ruchi geviati Hashem li ve'lo ira biyado afkid ruchi be'et ishan ve'ahira v'im ruchi geviati Hashem li ve'lo ira. Feeling those vibrations in your body as we sing. Let yourself sing, even if it's not so much on tune. No one can hear, it doesn't matter. Let those vibrations draw you into the form of your body, awareness falling down to dwell in this temple of the body. Biyado afkid ruchi be'et ishan ve'ahira v'im ruchi geviati Hashem li ve'lo ira. And coming into silent meditation, just a reminder to make sure all your devices are on Do Not Disturb. Whatever you need to do to just close off those distractions for this time that we're together. And bringing your body into a comfortable, alert position, letting your back be relatively straight, letting your hands be free and unencumbered, letting go of doing, letting your body convey that attitude of simply being. Letting your eyes be closed or unfocused, unless of course you haven't done this type of meditation and you want to see some of the words on the screen, that's fine. Otherwise, just letting your eyes be closed and bringing your right hand to your heart, taking the attitude of offering your attention to the fullness of this moment, to whatever arises in experience right now, and offering attention with Lecha, deep breath in, Lecha, and bringing left hand to your belly, right hand still in your heart, awareness flowing down into your body, penetrating your organs, soaking into your cells. Awareness flowing down through your legs to your feet and toes, rising upwards into your chest, upper back, shoulders and neck, down through your arms, hands and fingers. Feeling the flow of your breathing, letting it be enough to just feel that flow. Awareness rising into your face, facial muscles, brain and nervous system, bringing a little smile to your lips, being the benevolent, open-hearted presence in this temple of the body. And anchoring this body awareness with Na'aseh. Deep breath in. And with your left hand still on your belly, bringing right hand to lightly touch your forehead. Awareness shining out like the light of the menorah out into space around you, noticing the sounds, the objects, the feel of the room, the support below you. And again, of course, the flow of the breath, knowing that your experience right now of the outside world and your experience of the inner world of thought and feeling are all happening in the one field of consciousness. And you are this field within but beyond the body, within but beyond thought and feeling. You are this open space. And affirming your identity with this open space of consciousness. V'nishma, deep breath in. Kissing your fingers, relaxing your hands. Atyahu. You who are this, you who are reality itself. We sit together in our separate spaces, but together with you who are the all, with you who are not separate from this consciousness that we are. Atyahu, you are Hashem. Chanting together. Atyahu, 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 Atyahu. Continuing with Atyahu just on the mental level, letting the mind repeat it, staying awake to notice thoughts as they arise. Thoughts will arise. Just noticing them and letting them come, letting them dissipate as they will without becoming involved. They have a gravity. The tendency is to begin thinking the thoughts, getting involved with the thoughts, but instead returning the mind again and again to Atyahu. It's best to mostly let your eyes be closed, not to be looking around or at things. Atyahu, we will come into silence for about 15 minutes. Taking a nice deep breath. Stretch your body a little bit if you like. And closing the meditation once again, bringing your right hand to your heart, offering your attention to the fullness of this moment, to the fullness of whatever is your experience in this moment. With Lecha, deep breath in. Lecha. Bringing left hand to your belly, feeling awareness flowing down, filling up the form of your body with consciousness. Your awareness as indwelling presence in the form of this body. Na'aseh, deep breath in. Na'aseh. And bringing right hand to lightly touch your forehead. Awareness shining outwards, open to the space around you, knowing that you are this open space of awareness within but beyond body, thought, and feeling. V'nishma. Deep breath in. V'nishma. Kissing your fingers, relaxing your hands. As we come back into our evenings, may we drink deeply from this wellspring of life and healing that is the root of our being, that is not separate from that which we call the divine source. Oseh shalom b'mramav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, b'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yeshvei tevel v'imru, Amen.
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 Amen. If you'd like to make a healing prayer, you're welcome to put the names of the people for whom you'd like to make healing prayer in the chat. You can put yourself in there as well if you are in need of healing. I'm realizing this is my first time doing the words like this and they're a little bit small, so I will correct that for the future. But in the meantime, we hold all who are written here in our prayer chat, all who we hold in our hearts, in our kavanah for refuah shalema, complete healing. Refana la Elna Refana la Elna Refana la Elna Refana la Yehi ratzon milfenecha Adonai Eloheinu v'lei avotenu v'imotenu shetishlach mehera refuah shalema refuat hanefesh refuat haguf lechol hacholim. May there be a complete healing of body, mind, and spirit to all who we hold in our hearts and prayers and all who are in need. And we say, Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Amen.
And if you are in mourning, you're welcome to type in the name of the person or persons for whom you're making Kaddish, or if you're observing a yahrzeit or saying Kaddish for any reason, you're welcome to let us know in the chat. And those who are saying Kaddish are invited to rise and body your spirit. We'll say Kaddish on mute, but everyone who is not saying Kaddish is welcome to briefly unmute yourselves for the responses. And I want to invite Ruth, who's saying Kaddish for her sister, to lead us, if you're okay with that, Ruth. Okay, great.
Okay. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Amen.
V'yalma divrach yeruteh v'yamlich malchuteh. B'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chaye d'chol Beit Yisrael ba'agala uvizman kariv v'yimru Amen.
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 Yehi shmei
Hey,
Rabbah
Rabba,
Mevorach
Mevorach,
Leolam Lamei
Leomei,
Omaya.
Omai.
Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yithalal shemei d'kudasha b'richu.
Brichu.
Bechu.
Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran b'alma v'imru Amen.
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 Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen.
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 Shalom b'mromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru Amen.
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 Thank you so much, Ruth, for beautifully leading us in the Kaddish. And oops, am I gone? No, I'm here.
I can see it.
I'm confused. Okay, I'm glad you're here, but I'm having trouble getting my computer to. One moment, let me see if I can get this off.
I
There
think
we
it
go.
happened to
Okay.
everybody.
Go to full screen. Just go
Okay.
to full screen on view.
Can you see me now?
Mm-hmm.
All right, great.
Yes.
Just getting used to this new technology of the pages and so on. Sorry, I messed up the Kaddish a little bit there, but Ruth knew the Kaddish. So thank you for leading us, Ruth, in the Kaddish. May you and all who are in mourning feel the support of this community, and may we all be supported to draw on the wellspring of healing and that life energy that's there for us at the root of our being, which becomes more available when we are able to practice and meditate together. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming on. It was wonderful to be with you tonight, and thank you to all of our partner communities who put this out. I just want to say that in the last little bit of time, in the last week, and then just today, the JCC in Berkeley became one of the partner communities, and then just today, the Tucson JCC became a partner. So that was wonderful. Thank you so much to all the partner communities. I am going to stop the live stream, and then I'm going to shift the view so we can all, I know you can see each other, but I can't yet. So I'll turn the live stream off. So long to everybody on Facebook and YouTube.